podcast Cold continues this week with insights into the mindset of Josh Powell after his wife Susan Powell's disappearance.
In the latest episode, we're hearing from a teacher of one of Susan's boys.
Host Dave Culley is back with revealing new details about Charlie and his dad and a newly revealed document. What do you find, Dave?
Yeah, after his wife went missing, Josh Powell took their two boys and moved with his father in Washington. The next fall, he enrolled the oldest boy, Charlie, in kindergarten at the local elementary school. I found out he took steps to keep certain people away from his son.
Claiming a vigilante mob of so-called friends and family presented a threat to Charlie, Josh Powell filed this no-contact request with officials at Carson Elementary School. He wanted entire families, including his wife's parents, Chuck and Judy Cox, barred from contacting Charlie at school. But perhaps the most surprising part of this document is the last name on the no-contact list, Susan Powell, Charlie's own mother.
One of the first things he said to me is, their mom is not allowed to see them.
Tammy Foreman was Charlie's kindergarten teacher.
I didn't know when I met Josh who he was. I knew the story, but I didn't put it together. The red flags were waving, and then when I found out who he was, I was very nervous myself.
Foreman says more than once she had to call the office to have Josh removed from the classroom.
When people would come in to have him leave, he would say, "Oh no, I'm fine." He wasn't really combative, he just wouldn't leave. So that was really odd to me.
Also odd, a situation with Steve Powell at the school.
Steve came to the playground with his camera and was taking pictures of the neighborhood kids playing on the playground, and several parents asked him to leave, and he was being defiant.
Steve Powell, of course, was later arrested and sent to prison for voyeurism. But at the time, Foreman's biggest concerns came in the classroom with Charlie.
He's a kid you don't forget.
She says while he was very bright,
he loved anything about science.
He said and did things that caught her attention.
Charlie more and more would start to say odd things, and I would just send him to the counselor because I didn't want any kind of big confession there in front of the class. He did say, "My mommy is in a cave with crystals." This is a picture that Charlie drew, and he said that it was a gun. He was holding it up like the gun. And I feel like as the year progressed, he was getting closer and closer to saying something that would have incriminated his dad.
Tammy Foreman was watching for and listening for clues from Charlie. Police were going to great lengths to get more information from Josh. In episode 10 of the podcast, you'll hear about a never-before-reported undercover operation involving a possible romantic interest for Josh and how it all went awry.
Fascinating. All right, Dave, as usual, thank you. And you can download episode 10 right now anywhere you get podcasts at thecoldpodcast.com or ksltv.com.